Hey, so just this thought popped in my head, and I just kind of want to do a video over this because I think sometimes we think um, that we can say what we want to say, and it's on the other person to worry about how it's taken. And in Ephesians 4 and 5, it really goes over how we're supposed to talk. If we look in James, it talks about us taming our tongue. And our words really hold so much value. Like, our words can bring blessings or they can bring curses to people. And so, something I've been working with my children is that if it is not wholesome, if it's not uplifting, if it's not encouraging, then it doesn't need to come out of our mouth. And that is to their siblings, that is to me, that is me to them. Because if we're not saying anything that's uplifting, that is helping them, then we don't need to be saying it with our mouth. And I had this conversation with, one of my kiddos, and he was like, well, I was just joking about it. And it also tells us no coarse joking. Like, even if the joke is meant to be funny, we still don't know how they're going to take it. Like I told my kids, the word idiot, the word stupid, the word anything like that. Anything that's a negative word, we should not speak that over them because that's a curse that you're speaking over somebody. And we need to only say nice and uplifting things. Even if people annoy us, right? And we don't like them and they are annoying, we need to make sure that we are speaking only blessings over people and not curses. So watch what you say, watch how you direct your conversations to people, because my whole thing is I don't want to hurt somebody. That's it. I don't want to hurt their heart. And when we notice that what we say and how we act to people can affect their heart, just like God protects our heart, just like God is the healer of our heart, if we are to walk like God, we are to walk like Christ. Christ never said anything that was, harsh, mean, negative. He never spoke curses over people. He only spoke truth, and he did it out of love. And when we can talk that way, we're able to uplift people, and that's to help each of our conversations we have with people. So I'm going to take this down to a whole nother level, and I know this is a level you could probably understand. We see a lot of issues with siblings, okay? And when we allow, as parents, we allow siblings to cut each other down. And I know it's a normal thing. The older siblings tell the younger ones, oh, you're just adopted, you're not wanted. These are things that go in their mind, and it sinks in. And these are truths that they slowly start to believe about themselves. And so now when the enemy when we as parents let these kids talk this way to their siblings, and we're not teaching them how to use their tongue correctly, yes, siblings are going to fight, siblings are going to say something, I get that, but if we are intentional in teaching them that that's not what comes out of their mouth, think about how much more the family unit can run. Think about how more the family unit is more connected. Are you more connected with people that tear you down and say mean and nasty things to you all the time? Or are you able to be with people who speak highly and talk nicely and that talk, as encouraging? Are those the people you want to be around? So I think if we stop and we think about this, we see it in churches, we see it at work, we see it in the grocery store. Taking the time to just stop, and it kind of comes down to the whole old age thing. If you have nothing nice to say, then don't say anything at all. And I think that's where we need to be at. And a lot of our things as being a Christian, we should be known by our words, by our actions, by our unity, by our love for people. And part of love comes with making sure our talk is wholesome. Make sure we are only speaking things that build one another up even in Ephesians, it talks about how that we should sing psalms and hymns and praises over people. We should not be saying anything negative and cutting them down. So think about it. If we were always speaking kind to one another, we used our tongue for only speaking kind words to one another, how much more awesome and how much better our relationships would they be? So I want to challenge you in this. Watch your tongue. Ask God to start transforming your heart, that you could only speak good and not evil, and good and not negative. Find those things and just abide in God. So open up the Bible, start at Ephesians, read Ephesians, go to Colossians, read Colossians, go to James, read James. All of this places over here are super good about putting it in and then apply it to your life. Don't just be a reader and read it. Like James says, don't just read it. We need you to be a doer. So read it and apply it. Read it and apply it. And you know what? You may fail a couple days. That's okay. We all fail. But if you're trying and you're working towards abiding in God, God's going to change your heart for the things that He desires and not for what you desire. All right. Have a wonderful day. Work on taming that tongue. Speak blessings and not curses. And enjoy to see the reward that you can get from that just by seeing people's demeanor in their lives change because you chose to say blessings and not curses. Have a good day.